Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, what type of conversation is we having today? We're having an intense one. I asked what we're going to talk about, and I heard control over your outcome. And I don't think this is going to play out in the way that we think. I just don't. I feel like this conversation has more to do with you controlling the outcome of your circumstance rather than something controlling the outcome on your behalf. The messages that I keep getting from soul have so much to do with stepping into our power. It has so much to do with actually allowing ourselves to feel the effects of our existence on our environment. Babe, let me just tell you, you are a much bigger deal than you realize. Oh. Is that why? Is that why? That's why. Okay. So, I mean, sometimes I feel like TikTok just, tries to start drama because sometimes it does. Sometimes it just does. Okay. It tries to start drama. It tries to get me sucked into drama cycles. And I'm just not willing. Excuse you, TikTok. Excuse you. Right. So this morning I saw something that it should have been blocked. It should have. And it was. But I saw it and I immediately was like, this is sad. I saw an individual in the middle of cosplaying me. Let me just moisturize my lips. It's like legit. They were cosplaying me. They had so much shit to say just a couple months ago, and now they're fucking cosplaying me. I was like, why? Why are you doing this? This is like weird. It's weird. Oh, I need cards from this deck. And now I'm realizing, because I was like, Soul, why are you letting me see this? I don't want to see this. Now I'm realizing it's to help me understand that I have a gravity and a value that other people see that I don't. And it's not a lack of confidence. It's not a lack of understanding of my self-worth. It's just, this is my norm. Whatever your norm is, to you, it's your norm and it's not a big deal. And whatever. To other people, your norm is their goal. It's like the highest of the high. They see your value. They see something in you that you don't see. Okay, fine. Whatever. You're going to need to do what needs to be done in order for you to live in that true value. I think for many of us, this is a period where what you need to do is becoming very clear. I know for me, a lot of the things that I'm realizing and really just trying to allow myself to be comfortable is more to do with accepting myself at a much deeper level. I've been able to achieve a depth of self-acceptance. I've been progressing, so I need to give myself credit there, right? But I haven't been able to see how much deeper I can love myself and embrace myself. And I think this is a period where, in order for me to control the outcome, I need to be able to see how much more of me I can embrace. You know what I did last night? Oh my God, why is it making me feel emotional? Or it was this morning. I put the Filipino flag on my TikTok profile. I added the Filipino flag. That's huge for me. That's huge because I don't embrace enough the fact that I come from a fucking magical people. I need to. I need to. It's not just my previous lives that have lent me the ability to have the type of abilities that I have. It's also the ancestry that I chose to be born into in this life. Like, how deep are you accepting yourself? I accept myself on the level, like personal level of, okay, I have my little quirks, I have my little personality, and, I do the little things that I do, and it is what it is. I have to love myself there. And it's not that I'm forced to, it's that I'm choosing to. Have I accepted myself on a grander scale, meaning, oh oh my God, realizations are setting in. Ooh. Although I love the fact that I'm Filipino and I love my Filipino people, I think up until this point, I haven't allowed myself to count myself as part of that group. Damn. Wow. This is a depth of homecoming. Wow. Wow. Oof. Controlling the outcome, controlling your outcome requires you to heal at a depth that maybe is uncomfortable, at a depth that maybe you don't realize you haven't healed to that depth yet. But now your soul is going to let you see you're ready to. Because I'm realizing, to me, I look like straight up Filipino. I don't know what else you would think I am. I don't know what else you would think I am. I look Filipino. But some people don't know what my ethnicity is. And I've been very careful, and I'm seeing this. I've been very careful to not outright associate myself with Filipinos and the Philippines, not because I'm ashamed, but because I've always had a fear that should Filipinos see me, they'd be ashamed of me. And I was raised to never bring shame to my family and my people. And I hear Michael communicating a message from my soul. How could my people ever be ashamed of someone who is such a gift to others? That should I allow it to be known and be very fucking proud of it, outwardly, not just silently inside. That not only would my people, my Filipino people, my Pinoys and my Pinays, not only would they not be ashamed, they would be so fucking proud. Altering the outcome of your life and your journey requires you to be able to see how deep the wound goes. It goes deep. It goes very deep. Everything that you struggle to process, these are wounds that were inflicted during childhood when you didn't know any better. You didn't know any better. And now I'm no longer a child and I know better. And so I need to do better for myself. I need to be able to not just accept silently within myself. I need to be able to externalize this acceptance and this celebration of my ancestry. What part of you have you rejected so deeply that you have no idea how deep that wound goes, right? And as you have no idea how deep that wound goes, how can you heal it? You need to know what's infecting that wound so that you can apply the appropriate medicine. Do you need a hug or do you need tough love? Because everything requires a different type of something. For some people, you need a hug. For others, you've had enough hugs. You've had enough coddling. You need the reality of the gravity of your decisions, right? So let's see what the cards have to say. Yep. This is so fucking profound. Ancestors' remembrance. It's reiterating exactly what I've said, that you need to be able to accept and embrace the gravity of your ancestry. I heard today that there is a strong potentiality that the next pope might very well be Filipino. And I'm just like, And so begins the rise of Mu. So begins the rise of Lemuria. There's so much that the people who have lived before you through your ancestral line, there is so much they have gifted you. There is this video, hold on. I need to find it because it was so profound that I had to screen record. Profound. Is it this? No, it's not this. I don't have time. I need to hurry. I don't have time. My phone is just overflowing with workout videos. Girl, do you need this many workout videos? What the hell, girl? What the hell? Is it this? No. So it's basically saying, and I'm just going to recap it for you guys because I really don't have the time today. What the video is talking about is how we focus so much on ancestral wounds, as though that's the only gift you've received from your ancestors. And it's not true. It's not true because you also received, you inherited more than just trauma from your ancestors. They passed down their prayers of protection. They passed down their strength and resilience. I want you to look at your hands. In this area right here, look at your hands, okay? Look to see if you have any boxes. So I have so many fucking boxes, right? This area right here, look at all the squares that I have, squares upon squares upon squares upon squares. That's where you look. I once had someone ask to look at my palms, and when I showed it to them, with tears, they told me, wow, you are so loved by your ancestors. And I was like, why would you say that? And they told me that every single square that I have on my palm, it was a prayer that was said by an ancestor in preparation for my arrival. Those are their prayers imprinted upon you. Prayers for your safety, prayers for your success, prayers that you are brave enough to live with courage the purpose they gifted to you. That you would have the courage to embrace and accept the wisdom that they lost parts of themselves to earn in order to be able to simply gift it to you. To say that you can control the outcome of your journey, your life, that is one hell of an understatement. Not only can you control it, you are the one actively creating it. How much did your ancestors have to suffer to cultivate the knowledge and the wisdom that you are supposed to benefit from right now? I don't know why this is making me so emotional. I come from such a rich people. The United States would consider us a third world country, yet we have like 80% of the gold in the world. Look that fucking shit up. That is a fact. That is a fact. And maybe part of my purpose and the way I show my gratitude to my ancestors and what they sacrificed for me before they even knew and were assured that I would exist one day. Maybe the best way to show my gratitude is to show the richness of my people, to exist outside of the box with no apologies, and to allow the world to see they have no idea the power of the people that I come from, and that is okay. That is okay. That is okay. Ooh, Wolf Skull Splitter says being square is quite humbling. It is. Some people would hear that statement and think you're a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. I hear that, realizing the gravity of my ancestry and that I'm predestined for a greatness that is worthy of the ancestry and bloodline I come from. I read that and I think the square is only a square when you exist in a flat state. But when I allow myself to take the proper shape, I have depth. That square becomes the cube that holds all the pieces, whether you are a I have the capacity to hold that space for you without forcing you to be anything outside of what you are. And I got that power from my ancestors. Like hot diggity damn. We've been conquered by so many people, yet we never lost sight of who we are. We never lost our ability to be hospitable, to be welcoming to any people of any colors. We share our meal with you to welcome you. There's a message in that is just far too profound for me to grasp in this moment. All I know is I see this card that says boundaries on it with a knife, and this is telling me the boundaries that were set around me need to be cut at this point. It needs to be removed, and the time for concealment and your awareness of what you conceal is now. What are you hiding? I am hiding a greatness that is worthy of my people, that honors the people I come from. We got to stop playing small. Regardless of what people you come from, oh my God, the power that runs through your blood. Why do you think they harvest your blood? Your blood is your liquid magic. Your blood is the liquid life that flows through you and continues to fuel everything. Those ties, those boundaries that were set as perimeters to keep you in, to keep you restrained, they created imbalance, and that's why they have to be cut. Okay. Down to the foundation, you need to allow these changes to occur. The changes in how you see yourself, the changes in how you move through your life. There's nothing that you need to initiate. All of this is being done on your behalf already. All of this is being allowed to happen, this realization, this increasing awareness. It's being allowed to take place because guess what? You are ready. You might not feel ready. You might not think you're ready. Being ready, thinking you're ready, and feeling you're ready, they're all separate things. They're all different aspects of your existence. You are ready, because if you weren't, none of this would make sense to you. For those of you who are reverberating so deeply to where you're feeling it in your body, that resonance is being felt physically with everything I'm saying in this video. You are feeling it to your core, and you're like, holy fucking shit. It's because you're ready. You wouldn't feel it if you weren't. You wouldn't feel it if you weren't. Stop taking responsibility for other people's journeys, for the ways in which their journey is not going the way they planned, for the ways in which they have created blockages for themselves. Stop taking responsibility for that. You cannot save others from what they have created for themselves to learn at a much deeper depth and much more elevated potentiality. Everything you go through must be the way it is, in order for you to receive the greatest benefit, if you allow. If you allow. Will you allow? Will you continue to see yourself as a square, trying to fit into a round hole? Or will you allow yourself to see the reality of who you are from different angles, so you can begin to realize you are actually a cube? You're a motherfucking tesseract. You know, in my program, I teach my students how to construct a tesseract, and I teach them how to use that tesseract for specific things. And I share that because I deeply believe that everything I go through, everything I teach, it carries with it an aspect of what I need to learn and embrace for myself. And that's why I have no problem with showing up as much as I do, helping as much as I help, because I understand it's a reciprocated thing. As much as I do for you, and it doesn't matter if you pay me or not, as much as I do for you, I'm learning so much about me as well. There is no debt to be paid with me. None. It is an equal exchange always. So now I'm seeing. I've been playing with tesseracts for quite a few years. I'm like hella cycles deep in my level 1 program, about to start my level 2 program. And it's like, to me, it's just, oh, the cube. I don't even, I think I finally, in this cycle as it's ending, uh, just casually shared with my students, yeah, no, it's a tesseract. I've taught you how to create a tesseract. Ain't that some shit? So, the difference between a cube and a tesseract is the limitations of time and space. A tesseract can override that. I exist in such a way where I'm no longer a cube. I'm beginning to realize and accept I, in fact, am a living tesseract. What the fuck? The gravity of that. I think that went over my head. How can I be a living tesseract? Exponential exploration, quantum computation, beyond the confines of time and space. Potentially. A tesseract is not alive in human words and human definition, but neither is my soul. I guess. I've never looked at it that way. It's a potential. I would have to explore it further to better understand and grasp what the hell that means. I don't know what it means. A tesseract can be, will it get me in trouble if I share this information? A tesseract is a gateway. It is. It's a gateway. There are those that are visible and they lower the external membrane, lowers in density. It lowers in frequency to enter into a density, would be the better way to put it. And so you can use it in that way if you have the appropriate standing scalar wave patterning to open and close that gateway. And then there are other types of tesseract function where it's not seen, it's not able to be sensed, it's not able to be quantified in human ways, but it serves as a gateway for the bringing to full fruition a potentiality that was always part of our destined path, but was taken erroneously, taken away from us because of an attempt at a coup d'etat. So, yes, we all do carry gateways, different types. Most people, the gateway they carry, the internal tesseract that exists, it has to do with you getting to the other side of your fear. My tesseract is very different because it functions in such a way where it doesn't just take me to the other side of my fear. It transports me and the collective to the other side of the coup d'etat. The world is going to change. It's changing already. And the way you allow it to change, you are responsible for. If you allow it to change in such a way where you're no longer on that same path that you are supposed to be on, because we're veering off of the well-worn path. Our ancestors have walked in circles over and over and over, and that's why the path is well-worn. We need to get off the fucking path and enter into the wilderness of our potentiality. As a collective and as individuals, that is your obligation to yourself. No one else can do this for you. So if you begin to do this for yourself, you begin to change the trajectory of the collective whole. Why? Because of the weight that you carry. if enough of us migrate to a different positioning, the entire board begins to shift until we reach critical mass. These people who want to hold on to the system as it is because they believe they've been able to etch out some little space for them to exist where they can go ahead and have some type of external validation. You let them stay there. You carry a gravity that far outweighs their desire to stay stagnant. Let them stay there. It's not your job to heal them or convince them of anything. Let them continue to parrot and regurgitate. Let it, allow it. Nothing is yet set in stone. What this means, you need to solidify your decision to get through the other side, to have less fear than you do courage. And you can quote me on this because I said this years ago. Being fearless has nothing to do with being devoid of fear. Being fearless means having less fear than you do courage, because courage is what you choose to do while afraid. It is what you choose to do while afraid. Is that why? Oh my fucking God. Okay, so I have this old LinkedIn that I've been trying to delete for fucking years. Oh my God, years. And it keeps sending me emails. And it sends me emails of what so and so has posted, people from my past professions. I used to be a photographer and makeup artist and all of that jazz. So it sends me emails of what they post, right? And there's this one person that it keeps notifying me that that person has posted blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why do you keep notifying me this? I don't even interact with anything. That person has a connection with TFC. For y'all who are not Pinoys or Pinays, that's a Filipino channel. I think it's time. I think it's time to let the Filipino channel know that I exist. That's scary. But again, what is being fearless? Having less fear than you do courage, because courage is what you do while afraid. So then it's time. It's time. Ooh, your girl got to fix her skin first because I can't be showing up with my skin not on point. I'm just saying, people always tell me, oh my God, your skin is so nice. Not for Filipino standards. I'm saying, I know my people. I know what they like. I need to fix my skin first. It needs to be properly presented. Adjustments are required. Oh my fucking God, it comes in reverse. So, okay, Maria, you're right. Maria says, you're beautiful just the way you are. Okay. I just one facial. I won't wait too long. I'm just going to do one facial. At-home facial. At-home facial. I just need to steam and clean out my pores. Minimal upkeep. I'm just saying. So, if you can do what you're afraid of doing, you know what happens? You step into your prosperity. Prosperity lies ahead. You know what this means? Be a fucking bull about it. Be a bull about it. Oh, wait. There was something. Let me see. there was a notification that came in and it totally caught my eye. And it was from Minnow Pond. I swear, his notifications always be coming in clutch, which I don't have it anymore. Jesus Christ. It had to do with his Taurus reading, which I haven't been able to have time to watch his videos, but it had to do with his Taurus reading. Maybe I screenshotted it because I was chatting with someone as it came down. Okay, well, it's Capricorn. I screenshot it. It says, you're one bold move away from everything changing. Yeah, I am. I'm one bold move away from everything changing. Hold on. Let me go ahead because I feel like it's important for me to share this. Okay. Everything is about to click. That is the most recent video that he posted. That was the, oh, you're ready. Let me just screenshot. Yeah, everything is about to click. And then the thumbnail says you're ready. You're one bold move away from everything changing. Yeah. Yeah. And then the next video says, it's already working. Don't quit now. This will move fast. So get ready. This feels right. Get ready for big life realizations. This time it works. Don't drop this. Oh my God. If you guys ever need messages from soul, because sometimes this is how soul speaks to me. I'll just go somewhere. It's usually like Pinterest or something. And then I'll see message after encoded message after encoded message. What I've had a couple of my friends do over the years is they will look at a playlist of mine. Like they'll click on live streams and they'll see the listing of all the videos that I've done that YouTube is not hiding. And then they'll read the titles and it tells them a story. Excuse me. I do that sometimes as well. I'll read the titles and it will tell me a story. And I was about to say, as I look down, I don't know why I don't do anything with what I'm being given as confirmation. And the next card says, it's time to take action, but it's in reverse. You have to put action behind the messages you're getting from your soul. You have to. It's time. And if it's time, you need to put action behind what you know is true and necessary for you. It's time. Believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible. Believe in your ability to transcend your own insecurities, to transcend the very things that have kept you confined, that have kept you believing that you're not worthy, you're not enough. How could it ever be about me? Because I'm just me. And it's like, babe, do you know who made you? Do you know who made you? That's crazy. That is so crazy. Let me just take a picture of this for yeah. And I felt it too. Hey, pretty vagrant, could you please hop off the live? You know why you need to hop off. So, for those who have this feeling and this thought and, all of these different things, why? Why do you feel that way? What is it that's causing you to feel as though you're not enough? Are you trying to be something that you're not? In which case, you probably will feel like you're not enough. You probably might be accurate in that because you can never be someone else. People who try and cosplay others, that's crazy to me. That's fucking crazy to me. It is. It's crazy to me. To the point where you even trying to you're even trying to have the same glasses as me, and I changed my glasses and you changed yours too. Ooh, ooh. Not my problem. Not my problem. Whether you can see that you're enough or not, you are enough. You are enough. I get it though. I get it because I oftentimes get all emo about feeling like I'm not enough. And that feeling comes from some depth of awareness of the gravity of what I'm supposed to accomplish in this life. And it's like, how am I going to do that? What is it going to be? How can I be worthy of that? And here's the thing, you're already worthy of it. You're already worthy of it. You were born worthy of it. You were born custom made, custom calibrated to fulfill whatever purpose you're here to fulfill. You are already who you're supposed to be. It's just you've lived your entire life allowing other people to tell you who you are and who you cannot be, and they don't give you permission. You know, since I've been publicly visible, I have had more than a handful of people who are very passionate in their self-assigned duty to try and convince me that I am not allowed to be who I am. And you know what's funny? Every single one of them that has done this to me publicly, you give it enough time, whether it's a couple weeks or a couple months, I promise you, you will see how when they think that I've forgotten, it'll circle back around and you will witness them literally trying to fucking be me. To me, that's not a compliment. That's fucking weird. But if we remove the emotions, because look, emotions running high, right? Sometimes our emotions are the very things that create the distortion in regards to how we see why things are going on. Maybe these things are happening because life is being used to show you the actual gravity of you. Because really, if you ain't shit, ain't nobody trying to be you. Show me where I lied. Show me where I got that shit twisted. Show me where I'm speaking from ego, because I'm not talking about myself right now. I'm talking about all of us. If you ain't carrying some profound fucking gravity just by existing, why do people try so hard to erase your existence so they can take your place? I'm sorry, bitches, but that throne, the seat is molded to my fucking ass. That means you will never sit comfortably where you don't belong. That is said from a healthy ego, because that's a reality. And people want to see that and take that as like, oh, I'm saying I'm better than everyone. My throne room is within my life, within my auric field. Get a fucking life. I'm talking about my journey. If you are a sovereign, you are the royal of your kingdom. Uh-huh. Right. Right. You see, people who get uncomfortable with the reality of your gravity and you finally starting to see it. When you come to these realizations, they'll be like, oh my God, you're so fucking full of yourself. You're so full of ego. I'm full of truth and realization and acceptance of the reality of my truth. Sorry that I'm not sorry. And I'm not sorry that you can see the gravity of me and my community and you're trying to recreate it. It's like a cheap knockoff. It is. It's like a cheap knockoff that no one has to be bothered with. You see, when you're the real deal, and this goes for everyone, when you're the real deal, you don't have to prove anything. You just need to continue to exist. You just need to continue to exist. Moderation. What is needing to be put into a space of moderation? Is it your criticism of yourself? Is that what it is? You are highly, highly hypercritical of you. You look the other way for other people messing up, misstepping, making mistakes, all these normal, very normal things. But the moment you make one single misstep, and is it a misstep or is it a miscalculation of your expectation? Because sometimes when, oh my God, I don't know why wisdom squared that. That just hit me in the chest. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say now. Sometimes, oh my. Seriously. Sorry. I lost for words. I'm at a loss for words because I felt the resonance. Exactly, it was said right. And it was said in a way where the part of me that knows that as truth, that identity as truth, it felt acknowledged. And now I don't even know what I was talking about. Thank you. Ah. You have the seal. Are you aware of the gravity of the seal that you have? That's fascinating. That's fascinating. For those on all other platforms, what they wrote is nobody can be you, Empress. Much gratitude for sharing your message with us. And I almost felt like I had to bow. Thank you. Yeah, and that caught me like, what is happening here? So, okay. Thank you for that, and thank you for your presence. I should look here. Thank you for that, and thank you for your presence. Dependability and balance. All your parts need to come together at this point. Dependability and balance. You need to allow yourself to show up for yourself, to balance yourself. You don't always need something outside of you. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. That's okay. Sometimes allowing someone else who has been through the process, who has the appropriate depth of knowledge and experience, it can eliminate the unnecessary struggle. You don't always need that though, because sometimes the only way to properly learn what your soul is teaching you is through the struggle. If you learn at the depth that is necessary, and it could be someone teaching you or you learning for yourself. If you learn at the depth that is necessary, then what ends up happening is no one can ever take that from you or convolute that awareness and wisdom. I once had a former person that I knew. I don't even want to give them the honor of saying former associate because we were never equals. That's the fucking truth. If you were there when that shit was going on, that's the fucking truth. That's it's said blunt. I'm laughing because because I danced around it for so many years. Um, so at one point, this I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Let me just stay focused. Oh, I remember now. So this person, once they realized that they couldn't actually like surpass me in trying to be me, which is fucking, they were trying to like, just like right now, someone was trying to get rid of me, create all this drama, present me as like evil and wicked and shit. And then they were trying to be me, complete with like emulating my mannerisms and the way I talk and the way I move and everything. And they were trying to negate and gaslight me, the validity of my work, by saying parasitic entities don't exist, parasites don't exist, right? I started that whole thing years ago. I refuse to call them demons because when you call it a demon, that programming that's associated with that word suddenly tells you there's nothing you can do. Yes, the fuck, there is something you can do. Evict that motherfucker from your space. Do they pay rent? Do they pay rent to exist within your auric field? I don't fucking think so. You out, motherfucker. Okay. So I call them parasitic. And I did that years ago. And this individual was trying to say parasites are not real, that is actually that's actually just me spreading fear. You notice the people who see my power that I most times don't even fucking acknowledge. When they see my power and they don't know how to be able to overcome that, they'll accuse me of trying to scare you. So that's what this person did, right? Oh, they were already breached, babe. They were already breached. So they were trying to say that I'm just making up shit. Demons don't exist, yada, 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 which to each their own. But here's the thing. Did I rip out my own eyelashes? Because something fucking woke me up in the middle of the night ripping out my lashes. I had a gap with missing lashes. Did I like smack my own mouth and cause my lip to split and my mouth to fill with blood while I was asleep? I highly doubt that. Are you saying that every single demonic experience I've had through childhood, because I was heavily tormented by demonic shit, and that's why I'm so fucking good at extraction? I learned. Oof. How did you learn from demons, Emmy? Are you like demonic? No, I learned because my life is like fucking living in Sparta. And my logic at this point, you couldn't fucking break me as a kid. Motherfucker, I wish you would. I wish you would. What I know how to do and what I actually do, that was learned through life experience. Because I learned it through life experience, and it was a prolonged time, no one can ever convince me I imagined that shit. I did not imagine waking up and being dragged out of my bed by my hair by some unseen thing. Clumps of my hair as a child was on the floor. For those who don't know, much of my life as a child, all the way through to young adulthood, my hair was down to the back of my knees, hella thick, hella fucking thick. I imagine that. Bitch, fuck out of here. I didn't imagine nothing. For much of my life, I told myself I was crazy. Maybe I'm schizophrenic. No, I'm not. I'm not any of those things. Trust me, I tried for quite a few years to get those diagnoses. And every professional that I went to let me know, like, no, you just got to stop reading the what is DSM-5? Because this was a time before the internet existed. When you learn through life experience, no one can take that from you. No one can convince you that you didn't actually live through what you lived through. I didn't imagine those things. I didn't imagine it when I was put in a dangerous situation and my vehicle should have flipped and got hit by oncoming traffic at a hairpin turn going down a mountain while carrying a heavy load in a trailer. My entire family was present. The whole fucking car was lifted and then gently sat down. And you know the craziest shit about that? Maybe like 12 hours before, I had fallen asleep in the car as my husband was driving. And I woke up to myself saying they're trying to pop the wheels to flip the car. Stay away from the curb. And guess what happened? We began to fishtail and began to hit the curb, hit the curb, hit the curb, making the fishtailing worse. We should have flipped. It was a single lane road, no shoulders. If we flipped, oncoming traffic would have hit us full speed because it's a hairpin turn. They wouldn't have seen us. That would have been a straight up head-on collision. And if we flipped enough, it would have went over the edge of the cliff. I didn't imagine that shit. And I tell you, my mother was in the front seat with us, and we had just gotten her a 3-foot tall Mother Mary, a Virgin Mary statue from Tijuana. I fucking love my mama. And she's like, she's holding Mother Mary like this. And she goes, oh, it's because Mama Mary was with us. Hey, I'm not gonna negate the presence of Mama Mary and whatever she did. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, no one can take from me what I lived through. You have lived through so much, and you allow people to tell you it's a coincidence. You imagine that. That can't be real. Were they there? Were they present? No? They can be quiet. You have to exit out of this space of preservation, okay? You have to. You have to. You have to actually be present and actually begin to live your life. Understand your power. If you are in a space at this point where you feel very alone, you feel like no one understands you, you feel like no one's going to get it because, you know, what I'm going through is crazy. And because you have no one, excuse me for my burp, because you have no one, it's like this sense of, you know, there's no way for you to succeed because you need others to help you. Yeah, alliance in reverse. You're strong enough to do it yourself. You're strong enough to do it yourself. Okay? And to those fucking weird ass people who are trying to cosplay me, egg white. Your cosplay of me will be more believable if you drink egg white from a jar. Ready but waiting. It's in reverse. I think you have to stop waiting. You have to stop waiting. You have to just do what needs to be done. Get it done, get it done, get it done. The word wants to be written. Your higher self is clearing you to manifest this into full form. Legacy of light, your ancestry through this life, and all pertinent lives are going to be coming through soon. It's going to be coming through soon if it's not already started. Michael's talking shit. He goes, say it. Your ancestry is coming through. I don't use a birthday cake powder anymore. I'm trying to, be a fucking baddie savage. It's so expensive. This is just egg white at this point. There's no flavoring to it. So anyways, sorry guys. You come from a legacy of light for most of you. For most of you, you come from a legacy of light, and your ancestry, ancestry. Why does that sound weird? Your relatives. Through this life, ones you've met, ones you haven't, whatever, your relatives through this life and relatives through previous existences, they're going to be coming through. And what Michael was saying is that for the people who did not win the spiritual ancestry lotto and they got crappy ancestry, they're aware of this, and that's why they try and be just like you. You can't successfully destiny swap with someone who is in a completely different caliber and bracket than you, because it just comes off as desperate. Trying to cosplay someone is just desperate, period, if we're going to be honest. Try being yourself. I'm totally serious. Try being yourself. You carry an intrinsic value. You carry a value that really is not allowed to be witnessed by others because you're so busy cosplaying so many people. I'm pretty sure for this specific person that I have in mind, I'm not the first person that you've cosplayed. I'm pretty certain that that's how you attempted to build your following. I'm just saying. Card number 3, inspiration. Allow yourself to be inspired, sometimes by the nasty behavior of others. This inspiration, it is rooted. This inspiration from ugly people's behaviors. Well, I meant bullshit. People's ugly behavior. I don't mean ugly people's behavior. Freudian slip. I don't even fucking know, you guys. I have a lot of carbs running through my system right now, and I'm feeling very happy. I'm fueled up and feeling happy. So the people who are doing ugly things to you, because I think everyone's going through something at this point, right? The people who are doing ugly things to you, allow their behavior to inspire you, because you're going to start seeing their behaviors towards you as evidence of their awareness of how powerful and important you are, even if you can't see it. Even if you can't see it. That's how you get inspired. No, we're not excusing away their behaviors. We're not saying their behaviors are okay and their behaviors is what's growing us. No, the fuck it's not. They're being assholes. They're being nasty. What's growing you is your decision to overcome what life has placed before you. If there's a piece of turd that's been placed right before you on your path, do you stop moving or you just go around it? Like, what the fuck? Nasty. Ew. Ew. Gross. Right? To not match that behavior also. Yeah, you never be a mirror of behavior that comes from character that is less than your own. Integrity that is less than your own. Why the fuck would you do that? I will say, this is a beautiful thing, because the person who's trying to cosplay me, I guess they listened when I said cosplay the beautiful parts of me. My kindness and my compassion. I actually saw them cosplaying that as well. I mean, it appeared very fake, but the spread of kindness and compassion is always a beautiful thing. It's always a beautiful thing. And maybe at some point they'll realize they're capable of being compassionate genuinely, not just to boost some algorithm. Eventually, maybe. Maybe. Who knows? What you want wants you. So here's the thing. What do you want? What do you want? What is it? What do you want out of life? Because whatever it is you want, make sure it's in alignment with what you need and not simply you saying what you don't want. Because if you can do that, then, you can begin to actually actively manifest the very opportunities that you've been waiting for. You can choose how this turns out. You very much are in control of that. So choose what's good for you. Choose what will make you happy. Who cares what other people are doing? Who cares? Yeah, have an awareness, but leave it at that. Is there something that needs to be done? I mean, no, I don't think so. At least not right now, not from what I can see. You need to do less external and more internal. If there's something that needs to be done, it's something that's very much inside. An adjustment of the way you see yourself. And when I say adjustment, I'm not saying you need to see yourself as something else. For example, for a long time, I was super fucking embarrassed about how I can be aggressive and combative. And my Lord, my gift at talking shit. Yo, I can talk shit like you fucking couldn't believe. Oh my God. That's a fucking skill. Maybe that's a service. Next service that I'm offering is uh Talk Shit Telegram by Emmy. You just you let me know what needs to be said. I will say it in the way that I choose to say it. I'll record the audio and you send it to whoever the fuck you want to send that shit to. Yeah, I'm saying, get this aggression out. I used to be really fucking ashamed of the fact that I got a mouth on me. And it was so much shame that I shut myself up, like literally shut myself up. Most people never heard me talk before. That shift, it was just one little shift. It wasn't me trying to be someone else. It was just this realization that by the time I talk shit like that, I mean, you more than earned it. And maybe your soul brought you across my path because you needed someone to put you back in your fucking place. Man, I guess I got volunteered for that shit by your soul. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm like a spiritual gyno. And you're probably like, what do you mean spiritual gyno? I mean, sometimes I feel like soul has volunteered me to correct the crooked cooter bitches. Like, do you act that way because your pants are fucking crooked and it's like a little wedgie? You want me to correct that? Just yank it down and out so maybe you can act right instead of being all fucking twisted in your behavior and your words and shit. But I don't know. We all have our purpose. And now I see it as by the time I get to that point, they fucking deserved it. They earned that shit from me. And I'm just going to keep it moving. It doesn't negate the kindness that still lives in me. It doesn't. So being able to see that every aspect of myself must exist in the way that it exists, knowing I still have room for growth. And no, it doesn't mean that when I talk shit to someone that I'm necessarily in the right and, there's nothing wrong with that. No, I mean, it's ugly. It's ugly, but sometimes people's chosen language is ugly. And if that's how I can communicate that they're crossing a boundary, then, that's how it will be communicated. I'm about efficiency. I'm about efficiency. And I've learned over the years, sometimes people will continue on their fuck shit until you say, fuck that shit, you're out. Right? New birth guarded vigilantly. How about you grow unapologetically like a fucking wildflower? No one being able to tell it where to grow, how to grow, or anything like that. Knowing that the inhospitable environment that you were dropped into as a fucking helpless seed has been the very thing that has lent to your growth. That soil that they tried to bury you in, the darkness of that soil as they tried to cover you, the water from your tears, the warmth of the truth just beyond your senses. Shit, my roots go deep. I'm a motherfucking weed. You could try and uproot me all you want. I'll just keep growing back. I will. I just keep growing back. You never actually get rid of me. You won't. There's this one flora that is just so fucking potent when it comes to magical practice. It's so fucking potent, right? That shit, their roots, their rhizome, can stay dormant for 30 years. You can't get rid of that shit. Actually, there are several natural varieties of plants that grow wild. You don't have to do shit. If you know what it is, you can harness what it is. Apply that to yourself. And as you do that, release your allegiance to what other people are telling you about your limitations and your purpose. Because let me tell you, baby, they know nothing about you and what you're here to do. They know nothing about you and what you are here to do. Never listen to people who have no fucking idea what they're talking about. It's the equivalent of taking relationship advice from someone who is incapable of maintaining any type of long-term connection, whether it be platonic, whether it be romantic. They are fucking capable, yet they keep speaking because another person who's probably also fucking capable certified them in what bullshit they're spouting. Maybe it's time for you to listen to yourself. Maybe it's time for you to take a good hard look at how your life has taught you everything you need to know. Up to this point, your life has taught you everything you need to know to this point, and you still have room to learn, to grow. So let it. Let yourself learn and grow and step into your power. I gotta go. My session's about to start. I must go now. So, hold on. There's some announcements. Next week, I'm doing the Black Magic Revocation Meditative event. It's going to be clearing dark matter from your space. Why I look so small? There. I look full size now. It's clearing dark matter from your space and a whole bunch of other attempts to enter your field, whether it's a human doing black magic or it's dark things trying to enter. It's going to be removed. Now, this is not to be used as a parasitic extraction. That's a whole different situation. But we've entered into a dark space and we need to do what we need to do to exit out of that so that you don't get negatively affected. This weekend, I'm having the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop. This is where I teach you the fundamentals of aura spectra bioregenesis. This is a system that I came into this life just knowing how to do. It's a hybridized system that uses quite a few different modalities, not energetic modalities that were learned from someone else. I'm talking about merging medical knowledge and ancient principles that can help to assist medical conditions, merging it into one practice very, very powerfully. So in the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop, I'm going to teach you how to maintain your own chakras, how to maintain your auric field, and how to just be a little fucking badass in your life. So you'll stop feeling so intimidated by other people who just talk so big and bad, but they're really not capable of touching you once you touch your own power. Yeah, I'm going to teach you to tap into your power. By the end of this fundamental workshop, you will be able to generate more frequency than a Reiki master. It's in 4 hours from the comfort of your home. This live workshop is recorded, and so you can view it afterwards. Okay. You also, the second ticket type, which is the enhanced event, I believe it's called. I'll be doing, I think it's like 4 or 5 activations that your soul is requesting. And if it's an activation that I don't offer publicly, it doesn't matter. I'm doing whatever your soul is asking me to activate. That's what the enhanced portion is. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if that activation is like a $1,200 activation. I don't care. Your soul asked me, you're here. I'm doing it. Yep, I'm doing it. Also, I have the Baneful Protection workshop that's coming up, I believe, next month. This one's really powerful, and I promise you I'm never doing it again. Okay, look into it. I got to get going, guys. I got to get going. So we have that. And I'll see you guys.